What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. We'll be having our Zoom-in call-in show for channel members at 5 o'clock Eastern. I'm here at the Red Brick House doing some work and things, as always, because that's what we do. That's what we do here at the Red Brick House, as well as in my life. So at the moment here, this is kind of interesting. I didn't see this when it went over the wires yesterday, but Jamal Adams, it looks like the Seattle Seahawks are moving on from him, which is kind of crazy because I don't know if you guys remember when we had problems with safeties, when the Cowboys were doing with safeties what they're doing with linebackers right now. They kind of like, safety, who needs safeties? And we literally did not have any. The Cowboys first tried to get Earl Thomas in the draft there in 2018. That one didn't work out, thank God, because that one would have been a mess. And then there was word that the Cowboys were trying to get Jamal Adams. But when they talked to them, to the Jets, they wanted a first and a player. And the player was rumored to be Zach Martin. And for safety, that's a whole hell of a lot. For me, you know what? I don't have a problem with one or the other, either draft picks or money, but not both. You were talking about they wanted a king's ransom, in which they did get from Seattle. Seattle gave up 2 number ones and a 4th to get Jamal Adams. And Jamal Adams, stats-wise, let me see if I have them. Okay. In his time being there, it was found out that he's basically an in-the-box safety. And you say, what do you mean by in-the-box? In-the-box means you are more of a linebacker, run support guy. They found out he couldn't cover. Now, his first year with Seattle, 83 tackles. Not bad at safety, but 9.5 sacks. And that's where you're like, okay, this is good. But then the next year, no sacks and kept getting burnt. He did get 2 interceptions there. Then 22, he was injured. And last year, only 48 tackles, 14 assists. And he's getting paid big time. So the Seattle Seahawks realized this is one of those spots that we need to cut some of the fat. And he'll probably end up being released. So here's where we look. Because I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen is we're going to hear people say, Jamal Adams, Cowboys should go get Jamal Adams. You know that, right? Because anytime any player of any name recognition will be, of course, linked to the Cowboys. Now, let me dig a little bit deeper here for a second. Let me see something. I'm going to say something that's going to be cray-cray. Okay? He's 6'1". Oh, he's only 213. He's too light. Way too light. Never mind. I was going to say, the way he plays like a linebacker. I was going to say, there is the idea, since he is good at tackling, he is good at actually getting to the quarterback, at least he used to be when he was younger. You could look at him as being an offside linebacker, but not for the amount of money that he is looking to be. I mean, he was, and this is one of those things you'll hear kind of like when they say that Stephon Gilmore, former NFL defensive player of the year. I mean, you can say all-pro. He was all-pro 1 year. Not recently, but he was once an all-pro safety. But that's one of those ones that I think you're just better off. We were fortunate that we didn't work out a deal with him and spend that kind of compensation. And see, that's where a lot of times people are good, not only because they're an extremely good player, but they're also good because of the coaching and the system that they're playing in, and the people that are around them. Doesn't mean that's going to translate everywhere you go. Sometimes you are a product of the place you are. And I ain't mad at Jamal Adams for going someplace and getting paid. But, he's not the one that you want. You need a guy that can cover and do run support. And he's just lacking in that. All right, good people. that's all I got for you right now. It's getting to be that kind of slow time. We've got the combine coming up. A couple days we have the franchise tags can be put on starting the 20th. So there'll be that. We won't have anybody that's going to be franchise tagged. So from that standpoint, things will be a little bit quiet. But other than that, it's going to be kind of the calm between the storm. The only other thing that's really left to do, well, there's actually quite a few things left to do, is the Cowboys need to, between now and the 13th of March, get under the salary cap, which means they need to get Dak Prescott's deal done, and they probably need to get CeeDee Lamb's done to get some more cap room if they're going to be players in free agency. And the big thing that's left to do is to get your defensive passing game coordinator, which is the de facto assistant defensive coordinator. We haven't hired that guy yet. What I'm hoping is that the Cowboys are at least talking, at least pick up the phone, call the guy, Steve Wilks. I know that's kind of crazy, but I'm telling you, the revenge factor, the personality he has, he's another pit bull. The intel that he'll have on San Francisco, that might be one of those moves that you look at and say, yeah, that could be a game changer for him. I've got all kinds of crazy ideas. I was talking yesterday about with our lack of linebackers and so few draft picks and unwillingness to spend money, that maybe they should look at converting Sam Williams into a linebacker. So I don't know if that will or will not happen. We'll see. But sometimes you got to think a little bit outside the box to trying to get to where you want to be. And we'll see what the Cowboys do. I'm looking forward to actually seeing, God, I hate to say seeing the season because it's so far away. But I can't wait till the season gets here so we can really and truly start getting back in here and hoping and praying that maybe, just maybe, we're going to compete. But it all depends on Jerry. Jerry, you going all in, bro? Or are you just feeding us the usual bullshit? I'm Mark Holmes, and well, I got some more work to do. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.